G'day. When it comes to corporate restructure, just remember it can be a fine line between stability and inertia. I was listening to an interview today with Kane Liddle. Now, Kane is the CEO of the Carlton Football Club, which is the team that I follow. And anybody that follows the Australian Football League will tell you Carlton's been in a hole for quite some time now. And so they're going through a restructure, reorganisation. And one of the things that Kane mentioned in the conversation was this idea of stability versus inertia. Because when you're in the midst of a corporate change, which is really what this is, it's the same for a sporting team as just about any other organisation. When you're in the midst of that restructure, stability is the thing that is something that people always worry about. You don't want to make too much change because you create too much instability, too much uncertainty, and then everyone's on edge and then they don't really operate to ultimate efficiency. The flip side of that stability, though, is inertia. If you worry too much about stability, and if you want to have the same consistent structure and process in place, then it leads to complacency. It leads to a state of inertia because the system just kind of slowly grinds to a halt. So I think it's important when we think about restructuring our organization or even tweaking our organization, you need to be aware that stability is important up to a point, but you also need to balance that with the risk of inertia. And more often than not, in my experience, what I've seen in organizations that, frankly, that I've worked for and worked with and worked around, and that I've seen just from casual passing, inertia is the bigger problem. Stability is not the major problem. Maybe at the operational level, stability comes into it, that there's more of a turnover of staff, but certainly at the top levels, the management levels of an organization, the bigger problem in my experience is inertia as opposed to stability. So think about your restructure, think about your tweak, your reorganization, and don't get too obsessed with stability, and certainly not if it comes with a little bit too much inertia. Alrighty, that's it for today. Thank you for tuning in. I will be back again tomorrow. See ya.